Hello friends, today we are going to talk about my journey from a successful realtor to a team leader and then opening up the brokerage. I am pretty sure my story can help you to learn that how you can grow yourself from one level to another level in real estate. If you are first time watching my video, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon as well so that you are notified next time when I put up a video over there. In previous videos, I talked about why I came into real estate, and next I shared my journey first and second year as a successful realtor. I'm pretty sure you might have got some good tips from my journey which will definitely help you to become successful in real estate industry. So first year I did almost 50 deals, and second year my business was growing more. Now I was thinking, what is going to be my next step? The biggest question was in my mind, I have 24 hours. How many hours I can work in a day? So on an average, I was working 16 to 18 hours in a day, and I was running here and there. So sometime I was printing the flyers in the night. I was doing the flyer distribution in the morning. Then I was meeting clients, doing the showings for my buyer clients, conducting the open houses, in the late evenings, attending the offer, going to clients' house to present the offers as well. So it was a lot of running around. But I stopped myself and pulled myself back to think about what is going to be my next level. So I decided to start building up a team because I found this is a very good way how I can work more than 24 hours in a day. So if I add a couple of more hands in my team, they can definitely help me out to grow the business, and I can help them out with my experience, what I learned in first and second year of being a successful realtor. So this really worked very well for me. I'm pretty sure you all will think about it if you are a successful realtor, how you can build up a team. I'm pretty sure you will understand there are many challenges to this journey, but of course, at one point of time, we have to take and accept those challenges. So I looked in my surrounding, and I really liked one of the guy who used to work with me in the same brokerage. So I went to my broker of record and spoke to him, and I said, Mr. Broker of Record, I have an aspiration to grow. My business is growing. I want to make sure that my clients are being well taken care, and if I'm growing my business, I have more hands who are supporting me. But guess what? I did not get any support from my brokerage and broker of record. And I was really surprised. And I was equally shocked as well that if I grow my business, definitely it is going to help the brand and the brokerage to grow as well. So that was a big learning for me in my life. And that made me understand sometime how this existing brokerage system, which has its own challenges, and it was holding people to go to the next level. So I was thinking, what could be the reason for that? So the reason I could figure out why my brokerage was not supporting, because they had a fear in their mind that maybe tomorrow I go and become their competitor. So at that point of time, I started making up my mind, and I thought, I'm going to build up a system which will help people to grow, which will have a lot of scope for people to grow. But at that time, I was very new in the industry, but I still took my first step of adding one team member in my team. So this was a guy who used to work in the same brokerage where I was working, and we sat together, and I asked him, how much money you are making in 1 year? So at that point of time, the average house was approximately 350,000. So this guy was making approximately $35,000. So he was doing like 7 to 8 transactions in a year. So we sat together and we discussed about it. And I made a firm commitment to him that, okay, if you come and join my team, I will make sure you will make minimum $80,000. So he was very happy because he was in the business almost 2 years, the same time I joined, but I was really doing very well. And he was also starting and working well, but he also felt that he need a good mentor who can guide him and I was also looking for a good team member. So this equation really worked well for both of us to start with. So we made a commitment to each other, and then I wanted to add one more person in my team, and guess what? Same thing happened. No support from the brokerage. So I was a little bit kind of ticked off at that time. So I decided that I am going to change my brokerage. So I made that decision, and I told this existing team member that, you know what, there were a lot of transactions which we were closing, and I decided to switch on to the brokerage, and with a clear understanding with them that I have an intention to build up my team. So I made a request to the broker manager over there, and I met with the brokerage owners as well, and I gave them a clear-cut indication of what my intentions are, because I wanted to grow. I wanted to build up my team, and I wanted to help more and more people to grow. So please make sure whenever you think of building up the team, look into your surrounding and see how much support you are getting from your brokerage, your broker manager, your owner of the company, because that is very, very important. So I made a switch with an intention that this company, this brokerage will help me to grow my team. But later on, after 3 months, when I started adding more people to my team, I found the same problem with the brokerage, that they were creating so much obstacle for me to grow. Every time I was bringing a new person on the team, and I used to spend like 2 to 3 hours in the discussion with them, whereas I made sure before joining the brokerage that all our understanding was clear. And these were big brands, and I was really surprised. And then I could figure out why the realtors who are working in the market from last 10, 15, 20 years, they just remain like a realtor. They are not growing themselves to the next level. They were so afraid of building up the teams. They were so afraid of going to the next level. The simple reason behind that was there was no support in so-called bigger brands. And forget about support. They were actually discouraging you. And so I started pulling myself onto that, and the resistance was increasing over there. So then I finally decided, I will make sure I will do something different which nobody else has done. And it was somewhere back in 2009, October and November, I was traveling to India, and I forwarded my phone calls to my office because it was 17 or 18 hours flight. So by the time I landed in India, after my 17 or 18 hours of flight, and the moment I turned on my phone, I had more than 200 messages on my phone, where it was almost 100 messages from my brokerage, and they were requesting me to unforward the calls. I was very surprised. I said, is this my office where they are not able to attend my calls in my absence? So how are they helping me to grow my business? So that was a kind of shocking point for me. So at that point of time, I decided that I'm going to keep having this problem. So I decided to open up my own brokerage. So when I came back after my trip from India, I sat with my family, my friends, and I started talking to them. And I said, guys, this is the right time. We have to make a decision of our life. We have to make a call where we have to start thinking how we can change this mindset of the industry. So that is how SaveMax as a brokerage came into existence. Now there are very interesting points, my learnings of this journey, which I'm going to share with you. And I'm pretty sure this is going to help you to build up the teams and grow next level in your life as a realtor. So when we decided to open up the brokerage, there were a few questions in my mind. At that point of time, I was almost like 2.5 year experience in real estate industry, because I started my real estate career in 2007, and this was somewhere in 2009. So my biggest question to myself was, is it too early? And I answered it to myself, yes, it is too early. But my second question was, do you want to do it? And I said, yes, I want to do it, because at some point of time, I have to face those challenges. So I decided to make that decision too early, too quick, but not a problem. Let's go into it and let's make it happen. At that time, the biggest challenge of the industry was there was a kind of monopoly of the big brands, and they were really pushing realtors to do the things in a certain way, which was not good for the consumers. So I wanted to do something good for my clients. I wanted them to save a lot of money when they are buying and selling the real estate, because that is one of the biggest decisions of their life. So I was craving to do some creativity for my clients where I can use my business sense, my entrepreneurial skills, and provide them a solution which is a cost-effective solution but not compromising on the service. So my tip to you is, if you want to be successful in your business, you have to think different. You have to think about your clients, and you have to come up with some solution where they feel like you are taking care of them. So this is very, very important aspect of building up a big business. So when I decided to open up the brokerage, now there were many challenges. First of all, we have to choose the name. And the name should be very, very attractive. And on top of it, there were other challenges, that how we are going to register the brokerage, how all the RICO guidelines can be followed, because it was very new. Like, even the real estate industry was very new for me. But I was passionate about it because I wanted to offer a cost-effective solution to my clients where they are not compromising on the service of the real estate industry. Because this is what the challenge I realized with these big brands. And they were so rigid onto their thought process. They were not allowing their realtors to use the creative ideas and to come up with some solutions which can be a win-win situation for the clients. Whereas, my business understanding and my entrepreneurial skills, I wanted to utilize them in my own way. So I was thinking about a name. So the first name which we came up with was Gold Spot for the company. But because of some technical reasons, we couldn't go ahead with that name. And then again, we had some discussion. I also ran a contest for my friends and family members, and I sent them a text message that you all come up with an idea what name we should have for the company. So finally, there were a couple of suggestions, and we all agreed on the name SaveMax. Now, why I like this name SaveMax? Because it was going with my thought process. It was going with my vision, what I wanted to do for the real estate industry. My idea was to bring up a cost-effective solution where our clients can save a lot of money when they are buying or selling the property, because real estate fees was a very big expense for them. So I wanted to use my creativity and entrepreneurial skills to come up with cost-effective solutions by creating economies of scale so that we can provide a cost-effective solution but not compromising on the service. So SaveMax name was going so perfect with my thought process and vision of bringing this for my clients. And then was the next step, how we should design the logo. So we sat together in the basement of the house, couple of friends, and we were talking about how the logo has to be designed. And there was one of the friend who was a new immigrant, and he just landed a couple of weeks before in Canada. So he gave that suggestion, why don't you convert this S to a dollar sign? And right away I loved it, because this was creating a lot of significance to our thought process, because we wanted to save a lot of money for the clients when they are doing their real estate transactions. So friends, I would humbly advise you to follow this thought process when you are building up a business for yourself, especially a real estate business, that you have to apply your brain and come up with new ideas and new solution to make sure that your clients are getting something different than others. And that is definitely going to help you to build up a big business at the end of the day. So we were all thinking about it. So now we had designed that S as well. Now came another story of that arrow which is there on the X. So when I was doing my MBA, I was fascinated with an arrow which was there in a FedEx logo. So when you actually go and look at the FedEx logo, there is an arrow which signifies the speed. and I wanted to create a significance to the maximum. So we put up that arrow on top of the X, which was showing the kind of maximum. So we came up with the dollar sign and we came up with the arrow. So that is how SaveMax logo was designed. And then came the story of the colors and all that stuff. So we really worked a lot on bringing up all these things together. There were too many interesting stories in between, which I would love to share with you in coming videos, and you will really learn a lot from these. So friends, this was a little journey where I started my career as a realtor, and then I started building up the team, and then I opened up the brokerage. So what I would recommend you, many times in your life, you will feel there's some challenge and some problem coming up. You have to be thoughtful about that challenge and problem, because that is not a challenge, that is not a problem. That is an opportunity for you. So when I was getting that setback from my brokerage in my growth, I took that as an opportunity for me. You can do the same, which will definitely help you to grow further in your career. Now the second and most important thing, you have to be very thoughtful. When you are selecting people to grow or you are building up a team, be very careful and thoughtful about hiring good people. Don't hire good realtors in your team. Hire good people and make them good realtors. You cannot make a good realtor as a good person, but you can guarantee that you can make a good person as a good realtor. So this is very, very important if you want to grow in your life, the kind of people you keep in your surrounding. And third and most important thing, always ready to take a risk. This is what made me successful in my life, because I was ignorant. I was not really thinking too much on my decisions. Sometimes overthinking kills your decision. So make sure whenever you get something in your mind, there is a message from your own instinct to work on it and make it successful. Now in my next video, I'm going to share another story, that how we came up with an idea of opening up the franchises and built 50 franchises in only 2 years. I'm pretty sure that is a good record all across the world. When SaveMax will be a world-renowned brand, I'm pretty sure these episodes, these incidences will be marked in the history. So thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned for my next video, where I'm going to share the next part of my journey. And hey, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon so that you can be notified next time we upload any video. Thank you very much.